Hey everyone, good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Darrell Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center, and wow, what a way to wrap up the work week. Now, if you enjoyed today's warm-up, get ready because even more pleasant conditions are expected all the way through this weekend across our entire Tri-County area and the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast because later in the 7-day planner, there are some changes you need to know about, but nothing to fret if all you're looking forward to is the weekend. So let's go ahead and look outside. We have tons of sunshine, some light clouds. Looks like a camera malfunction up at Hoodoo, but we can still see that it is mostly clear out there. And when we look at satellite and radar, satellite shows cloud cover, radar shows rain. It's just dry across the high desert with no precipitation in sight. And we do have a few light clouds, but for the most part it's well offshore. So let's zoom out just a little bit. Earlier today there were some light clouds coming and going. That has passed. Tonight it's going to stay mostly clear with some light clouds. Then looking further out past the coastline, we do see a cold front. The good news is that the ridge of high pressure that's over the Pacific Northwest is going to act like a blocking high, and it's going to keep that cold front further off the coast, making it transition to a stationary front. And with that, we're looking at sunshine. And the bigger picture actually shows that there are a couple of systems further out over the Pacific Ocean, but none of them are going to be impacting us through this weekend or the beginning of next week. However, a spin-off cold front is going to develop from that same low that's over the Gulf of Alaska. Once that pushes through the high desert, we start to see that next shift in our weather pattern. So let's start off with today. Temperatures topped out in the 50s, and we had 43 in Sun River and 48 in Paulina. Look at Warm Springs. Got up to 62 degrees. Fantastic. Now, through the next couple of days, we're all going to be or most of us, I should say, are going to the 60s. Not quite everybody. Currently, those temperatures are still in the 50s with 62 degrees in Warm Springs. It looks like a different sensor in Sun River actually has it at 50. So into the 50s and just 47 degrees in Paulina. Now here through tonight it will get cold. Temperatures are going to be falling, but look at this. We're running between 5 and 10 degrees warmer than we were just 24 hours ago. Here's that temperature trend. We're falling through the 30s, reaching into the 20s for most, just not quite everybody. And then by tomorrow we start off cold, but temperatures are going to be topping out in the 60s across the Tri-County area. Now what that means for us is not only are we above average for this time of the year, but it's going to be very pleasant, almost feeling more like early April than early March. And we stay with that through one more day. So let's look at your forecast model. Starting off with our high pressure out over the Pacific Ocean, stretched into the Pacific Northwest, and a cold front right off the coast with a low up in the Gulf of Alaska. Tonight, some light clouds are expected. By Saturday, mostly sunshine and some afternoon clouds push through the high desert, but really just in and out clouds, not much in the way of precipitation at all. By Sunday, this cold front that's been a stationary front, it starts to push in. Now it will bring a cooler air mass, but it gets dry once it crosses over the Cascades. So we're not looking at much in the way of precipitation at all through this weekend and into early next week, but Monday will bring a dip in temperatures, and that cool down is the beginning of an active weather pattern. Through Tuesday, still cool, but close to average for this time of the year. Both Monday and Tuesday, we're talking 50s still. But once we get further into the week, that's when some bigger changes are expected. So between now and Monday at 11 p.m., dry, with that front still offshore. And when we look a little bit closer, we do see that looks like around Hood there could be a few snow showers, but not enough to even get excited about. Just some light totals. Even the Cascades in the lower elevations stay mostly dry. Now winds right now aren't strong at all, gusting between 7 and 13 miles per hour, and actual wind speeds are more like 2 to 10 miles per hour. So through the day we've had just this light breeze, and tonight winds aren't going to dip down too much. By tomorrow, about 2 to 12 miles per hour, gusting up to 20. It's actually going to be pretty gorgeous. By Sunday it could get breezy at times, but that's about it. So for tonight we're looking at 20s with some 30s across the high desert. By Saturday, highs in the 60s with a few 50s. Some in and out clouds are expected. And here's your 7-day planner. A lot to talk about. We're going to take it a little by little. First, this weekend, gorgeous conditions are expected. By Monday and Tuesday, temperatures dip down to that seasonal range. Also keep in mind daylight saving time. Saturday night before you go to bed, any clocks that you have that aren't connected to the internet or Wi-Fi, go ahead and set those forward an hour. It's spring forward, and then we get a little bit cooler Monday, Tuesday. By Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Thursday, rain and snow showers are expected. Back-to-back systems dropping our snow levels as each system rolls through. Not only are snow levels dropping, but so are temperatures, and it does look like some snow showers could be impacting us with a little bit of accumulation Wednesday night going into Thursday, then some late clearing. And I say late clearing specifically, we still have in and out clouds on Friday, and the reason that's important is Thursday night going into Friday, there is going to be a lunar eclipse. Now, whether or not we're going to see it all depends on when we really start to clear out. And we'll know more of those details by Monday. It's just a little too far out to know exactly what's going to happen that far down the line. But there is going to be a lunar eclipse, and it's spectacular. If you've never seen one, hopefully we get a chance to see it right here on the high desert. So that is the latest in weather. I'll give you one more look at those headlines just as a recap for this Friday, March the 7th. We are expecting a gorgeous weekend with warming temperatures topping out in the 60s. Some additional clouds are expected, just no precipitation in sight. With that additional sunshine, it's going to feel great. Winds could pick up for some of us, not really cutting the temperature down too much at all. So enjoy it while it lasts, because later in the 7-day planner, we get those bigger changes to our weather pattern. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. We'll have the latest headlines and your most reliable forecast. See you then.